Recording in progress.
Well, hello, night owls and inspiring night owls. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I am talking about, was WGU worth it for me? I cannot speak for everyone. All I can do is speak for myself and my own testimony of my time at WGU. Okay, give you a little overview of my time at WGU. I went my first time to WGU in 2014, and I was there until 2015 when I eventually got kicked out of WGU for failing to meet minimum standards. Not something I'm proud of, but it happened. I was going to WGU, life got overwhelming, and I threw my hands up and I said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. It was something I regretted afterwards and for a while, and it just kind of stuck with me that I gave up. I didn't like that. Fast forward a few years, COVID came in, right? At this time, I was a truck driver. I was working 70 hours a week, running local stuff, and I ended up getting laid off because of COVID. I kept getting contact with people with COVID or whatever, and kept getting quarantined, even though I wasn't sick. And eventually, I ended up losing my job. And at the same time, I had a brand new baby boy. He was only like 3-4 months old. And although I wasn't too worried about COVID, we really didn't know anything about it. We didn't know how dangerous it was. We didn't know if it was dangerous to kids. And I had my baby boy that was only like 4 months old at the time. And then I also had an older son, that is medically fragile. And we had no idea if COVID was dangerous to kids or not. And we're still not sure with especially our older son that has so many underlying conditions. We just couldn't take the chance for a while until we figured out that, this really wasn't a worry for kids. It was just an adult thing. Anyways, at this time, being on lockdown, being unemployed, I decided, what, there's no better time than now to go back to school. That's what I did. I contacted WGU. I explained the situation of me getting overwhelmed back in 2014 and how, yes, I got kicked out, but, I'd like another try. And they were gracious. They gave me a second chance. And they said, you know what, you got to come. You got to prove to us that you're going to do what you need to do, and we'll let you stay and come and start again. So I was like, okay, thank you so much. And I started in December of 2020, December. And around this time, I had decided I was going to move to Florida. So from December, I ended up moving in January. But from December, my first term back, to May, I only got done the bare minimum. It was just 4 classes. Ended up working out to 12 CUs, and I was looking at my term at the end. I was like, man, this is going to take forever if I keep on doing this. And knowing myself, knowing that things tend to get in the way. Life always gets in the way, guys. There's always something that gets in the way. And I was like, okay, knowing that things are going to get in the way and something's going to probably happen, I was like, I need to put my head down and get this stuff done. I made a video. Some of you guys might have seen it. It's called How to Effectively Pass a Class, WGU, Most Effective Way. I'll link it in the bottom. And I made this up, and it works great. So knowing that I need to get done with these classes as fast as I can and not waste any time because, you know, Murphy's law. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. So I knew I needed to get done as fast as I could. If I couldn't do the bare minimum because something would get in the way and I would end up getting kicked out of school again. So come June, I started my next term with WGU, and I was able to get a class done in the first month, and then July rolled around, and I ended up getting COVID. At this time, I ended up quitting drinking alcohol. I used to love to drink beer, guys. Not gonna lie. I mean, I was one of the guys that talked about having a beer while taking my assessments. But I got COVID for a week, and I ended up giving up alcohol, and it was the best decision I did because I shit you guys not. At that point in time, I still had about 25 classes to do, and I completed the rest of my degree in 9 months. And that was while working 50-hour weeks as a truck driver. So if anybody asks you, can you graduate faster? Yes, you can graduate much, much faster. I was working 50 hours a week and only studying after work and on the weekends, and I was able to finish the last 25 classes in 9 months. I mean, I killed it. So like that 6-month term, that was my second one. I did 13 classes. And then my next term started in December, and I was in the process of buying a house, and I knew I was going to be moving to a new home that didn't have internet and stuff hooked up, and I was worried about if I got there and didn't have internet, what would I do? I'd have to go to like a library or something and get my classes done. And I was like, well, shoot, man. So I knew that the last term I was able to do 13 classes in 6 months. And I was like, well, shoot, I got 13 classes left and I got 3 months to move. So while working full time, 50 hours a week, sometimes more, I put my head down even more and I grinded out those last 13 classes in under 3 months. So yes, it's absolutely possible. You guys can do it. You absolutely can do it. I ended up getting my bachelor's of science, business administration, IT management. Some things to say about that degree, it's IT management. However, I really didn't learn much about IT. It's just very minimal. I personally wish they had a little bit more involved with IT, like at least a certificate. That would have made more sense to me, at least an A+ certificate so I could go somewhere and show them that I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. But they don't, and that's a bummer. Anyways, after graduation, I graduated in March. I couldn't do anything. I had to wait because I was supposed to have my house in March, but my home didn't get finished being built until May. And if any of you know, when you're in the process of buying and building a house, you can't change jobs until your mortgage is closed on. So I was on a waiting game. And right after my home closed, my employer, my personal employer, I'm a truck driver, remember? They come to me and said, hey, so you graduated with your bachelor's of business administration, right? I was like, yeah, IT management. They're like, well, have you thought about being a logistics manager? And I was like, well, that really wasn't in the game plan, but what you got going on? And they offered me an amazing job, guys. They offered me a starting salary, $55,000, which is actually less than I was making as a truck driver. As a truck driver, I was making 80,000 a year, 70, 85, something like that, thousand a year. But I was also working 80 hours a week. And now here they offer me a $55,000 starting salary, working it's salary, so my hours go up and down. But I'm definitely working a lot less than I used to, and I consider it a livable salary, especially for a bottom tier logistics manager. I'm told that after just like a couple of years, I should be able to get like a senior logistics manager position and be making closer to $100,000 a year. And it's like, wow, I had no idea. I was not expecting that. Like I said, I was a truck driver and I went to IT management and I was expecting to go work in IT. But when my employer found out that, for one, I already had truck driving experience, I already knew about logistics, and now I got a logistics. Now I got a business bachelor's administration degree. They're like, why don't you do it? And I was like, well, sure, why not? I've already been with this company for 2 years. It's a big company. It's a very good company. I'm not going to say the name. Actually, I will. Whatever. It's Ryder System Inc. You look them up. It's a great company to work for. If anybody's ever looking for a good job, look up them. They are a great company to work for, and I couldn't be happier. And so, if you are considering going to WGU, or let's say you're in the trenches and you're going through your classes and you're getting bummed out and you're ever questioning yourself, is it worth it? For me, yes, it was. It was very much worth it. It has improved my life greatly. Now I'm not working 80 hours a week. Granted, I am making less money than I was because I'm not working 80 hours a week. And I'm now salaried. So I went from an hourly position where I got overtime, and now I'm in a salary position. And I don't get overtime. But the way I look at it right now, I'm at the bottom, right? So it's just, there's just so much upward movement, upward abilities, right? And I feel blessed. I feel blessed that I have that opportunity, because as a truck driver, I was maxed out. There was no going up anymore. What I got was what I got, and now I'm at the bottom, looking at all that I can go do, and it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to know that the sky's the limit, and I'm going to go after it. Shoot for the stars, man. Shoot for the stars. Anyways, I hope this helps you. I hope it gets you, going, man. So I get a lot of questions about how long did it take me to graduate WGU. I'm going to say it took me 2 years in total. I had a lot of life go on. I had a new son. I had COVID. I moved 3,000 miles across the country for a new life, better freedoms from certain places, and more affordable lifestyle. Not anymore. It's gone up a lot, but I ended up moving from a lot of people don't know, but I moved from Washington State, where it was ungodly expensive, and I moved to Florida, where you see things like behind me, the beach. And yes, it looks like that. This is actually just a filter, but I can go see this every single weekend. Every weekend is a vacation. And and if you guys that are graduating, I live by Florida, our commencement, our graduation is going to be in Orlando, November 19th, I believe. Let me look. I think it's November 19th. Yes, November 19th in Orlando. And if any of you guys are going to be there, let me know. Hit me up. That would be so cool, man, to meet some of you guys, and you can tell me your stories. I'd love to hear it. If any of you have questions, feel free to hit me up in the comment section below. I do review all comments, and I do respond to everybody when I can get to it. I do work a lot, and I am a dad, so priorities. And I don't make money off this YouTube thing. This is just a hobby for me. So, but I do get to people when I can. Thank you again, and I wish you the best on your journey. Peace out, guys.